Hi,
Hi,
Nakul.
Jyotsna.
Hi, Nakul. This is
How are
Jyotsna.
you?
Good. How are you?
I- I'm doing well. Thank you for your interest in this story.
Of course, it's a very interesting story for us. I work with NRI Pulse, Nakul, and
Okay.
we are an Atlanta-based publication. But yeah, we cover news, Indian American news all across America, and we're really happy.
Wonderful.
Yes. So first of all, let me congratulate you on your new venture in animating Bollywood moves. As far as I know, this is the first of its kind, right?
It is. This is a groundbreaking project, first of its kind, never been done before, and especially, I think the most beautiful part of being associated with Mira World Detective is just the fantastic team of everyone involved. It's been truly a dream to be associated, and more so an honor to be associated with this project.
Sure. And you're the choreographer for Disney. I mean, it's Disney's new animated series, Mira, Royal Detective, which is actually a children's series inspired by cultures and customs of India. So I'm sure this is quite a unique experience even for the makers and for the viewers as well. Well, we've had Bollywood actors do voiceovers before, but I would like to talk to you more about your experience of bringing Bollywood dance to animation.
Yes, absolutely. It's I've been very fortunate in being able to bring Bollywood dance in general to America with my association with other
Yes, I was going to ask
shows,
you about
movies,
that too.
etc. So, but the animation aspect was a whole different ballgame for me.
Mm-hmm.
And being a Disney fanatic, which I've always been,
Mm-hmm.
it was just I honestly couldn't believe this was all happening. And my process has been really interesting. It's been a learning experience for me because animation is something that does take a long time. It is very meticulous. It takes a lot of patience, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very different from having someone walk into your studio and you teaching them a dance step, or being on a reality show and having a few hours with them. It's very different. I mean, these characters that you're building a movement on, they become. There's a connection you build. You become. It becomes personal, and I feel as if each and every character, especially Mira,
Mm-hmm.
they've all become family members for me, and because of that, I'm very. I wouldn't say that I'm extra careful or more invested, because that's just my philosophy in work has always been that I give it my best. But these names, these voices,
Mm-hmm.
they've been a part of my life for around over 2 years now.
Wow.
So there is definitely it almost feels as if I'm teaching my own kids dance.
Yes, I've heard that a lot about, especially when you write a book, or you become that, those characters become pretty much part of your life, right? So yeah.
Correct.
Um, so you have successfully blended Bollywood moves into mainstream America itself, through your dance school and your choreography on So You Think You Can Dance, and even at the White House from what I've seen. So what are the challenges and advantages of working with animation versus like real people?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely challenges in any kind of job, but I think for animation, it is a little bit more trickier because for me, what I had to learn, because Bollywood can be so intricate and it can be so detailed, and it can be fast, and the songs that I've had the pleasure of studying choreography on are faster numbers, and sometimes my brain is going a little bit faster than it should, and my moves are a little bit too fast, but that doesn't read well in animation, because you can't get that quick turnaround of how the moves are being interpreted, or it gets a little tricky. So for me, my biggest challenge was, how do I stay true to myself and my choreography, stay true to the authenticity of Bollywood itself, but at the same time, make sure that the movement has texture and doesn't look one-dimensional, right? So that was my challenge to overcome that. If the choreography is too quick, it's not going to come out right, and it'll look messy. And if it's too flat, then it'll look like, a little boring after a while. So that's been my learning experience of being creative and pushing myself and challenging myself. And I honestly feel as if this last 2 years of being part of Mira has allowed me to grow as a choreographer, but it's also through just the narratives and the scripts that I've been reading, it honestly has allowed me to grow as a person as well, with all the many life lessons that are in the show, in terms of when you are, it's interesting because the storylines are very simple, but for an adult to watch, of course, but you can take something from it at any age that you are. And being a school teacher, being someone that teaches dance to children all the time, the shows really allowed me to grow as an artist in all areas.
Wonderful. Tell me, Nakul, how did this come about? How did Disney approach you for this project? Did you work with them before? How did this whole thing come about?
Yes, this was my first time working with Disney. I've since then I've been able to work with them again on other projects, but I think it was my association of just being someone that is connected to Bollywood in America. I feel that it was important for them to have someone that was U.S.-based or L.A.-based. I think that was important for them just because of just communication and just the amount of work that there is. And it's always tricky to work with someone in India because of the time change if you're working here in Hollywood, right?
Absolutely.
So that kind of lends itself as a challenge. And so I was definitely someone that was brought to the table, and eventually my honor of being given the job.
Wonderful. Okay. We live in Atlanta, and we have at least 8 to 10 Bollywood dance schools that I know of. What do you think is the future for Bollywood dance, classes and people aspiring Bollywood dancers in mainstream America, Nakul?
Well, if you could see me, I'm smiling ear to ear right now,
yes.
Just so you can get a visual of how my face is. It's amazing. It's because when I opened up the first Bollywood dance school back in 2003, so there was nothing like it, and still we are the first only customized Bollywood dance school. So you walk into our school, and it looks like you are in some Bollywood school in Bombay. That's literally how it looks. And at the time, there weren't any schools that were open. And I wanted to give something that I've always wanted growing up. I wanted a Bollywood dance school. I wanted to be around people that looked like me. I wanted to learn my culture, but I didn't have that. And I knew when I grow up, and that's going to be something that I want to give back to my community and offer. And since then, there are, like you have spoken, we also have around 30 Bollywood dance schools now in LA itself. And it's counting. So I have this joke that there's a Bollywood dance school in every block, just like there is a Starbucks. And it's just a matter of which coffee shop you want to go to now,
exactly.
Which is great.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, quickly out. Who's your favorite choreographer?
Oh, great question. My favorite choreographer from the East, now being India, would be Saroj Khan, without any hiccup.
Wow.
She's the queen.
Okay.
And from the West, I would say, growing up, my biggest influence was Paula Abdul, who I finally had a chance to work with, and we share and work together now.
Wonderful. Message for aspiring Bollywood dancers.
My message for aspiring Bollywood dancers would be to never lose integrity of the forms that are from India itself that you are incorporating into your movement. And quite often what happens is as the time goes and things are becoming more and more modern, which is wonderful, we all should find that balance of East and West. We should be celebrating every type of dance that Bollywood does have, but do it with authenticity and not do it in a way where it looks gimmicky. And most of all, don't forget how rich and beautiful our culture is, and all the forms that are becoming kind of forgotten, like the classical forms, Kathak, Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kuchipuri, regional forms, Bhangra, Gidda, Rajasthani, the long message, but we have to still keep introducing this so the younger generation that's up and coming is exposed to it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for talking to NRI Calls.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So nice talking to you.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Edna.